Hello everyone, my name is Joy and you are welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn 5 very useful phrasal verbs in English. All of them are connected with the idea of understanding or realizing something. Instead of always saying understand, you can use these phrasal verbs to sound more natural. Let's get started. The first phrasal verb we are learning in today's lesson is to take in. To take in. To take something in means to absorb information, understand it and remember it. It implies that you are not just hearing or reading something, but you are actively processing it in your mind. Let me use a story that shows the phrasal verb in use. Tom was on his first day at a new job. His manager, Miss Sanchez, was giving him a tour of the office and explaining his responsibilities. She spoke very quickly, pointing out different people and departments. Tom tried to listen carefully, but there was so much new information. The names, the tasks, the rules, it was all too fast. He felt overwhelmed. He knew he needed to focus, but he was struggling. "Is everything okay?" Miss Sanchez asked. Tom smiled weakly. "I'm just trying to take it all in," he said. "It's a lot to learn in one day." She understood and slowed down, giving him a chance to process everything. By the end of the tour, he had a much better idea of his new role. Sentence examples. I had to reread the paragraph 3 times to take in the main idea. The professor spoke so fast that it was hard to take in what he was saying. The training manual was very long and it took me a week to take it all in. The second phrasal verb is to take away. To take away. To take away means the main lesson, idea or message you learn from a situation, story or experience. It answers the question, what did you learn from this? It's not just about learning any fact. It's about the main point you learned that you will keep with you. Think of it like this. After an event, what is the one thing you take away with you in your mind? We can also say it is the main point, the key lesson, the big idea, or the most important message. Now we are moving into a story that shows the phrasal verb in use. Mr. Davis, the school principal, gave a long speech to the students. He talked about school rules, upcoming events, and sport teams. After the speech, a teacher asked her class, "What was your main takeaway from Mr. Davis's talk?" One student said, "My takeaway is that the football game is on Friday." Another student said, "I learned that we can't use our phones in class." Then a girl named Maria said, "The key takeaway for me was his main message, be kind to everyone you meet. That's the most important part." Maria understood the main lesson. The other students just remembered small facts. Sentence examples. The doctor's advice was simple, but I took away a clear message about eating healthier. The most important takeaway from the lecture was to always check your sources. What did you take away from our discussion about climate change? The next phrasal verb is to figure out. To figure out. To figure out means to finally understand something or someone after thinking about it carefully. It often involves a problem, a puzzle, or something confusing. When you figure something out, you find an answer or a solution or understand how something works. When you figure someone out, you finally understand their behavior or personality. Think of a puzzle. At first, all the pieces are mixed up and you don't know what to do. But as you look at the pieces and try to put them together, you start to figure out the picture. The same idea applies to understanding a problem or a person. Let me illustrate further with a story that shows the phrasal verb in use. Alex bought a new shelf from a store. The box was full of pieces of wood, screws, and a very confusing instruction manual with only pictures. Alex tried to follow the pictures, but nothing seemed to fit correctly. He stared at the pieces, feeling frustrated. He couldn't figure out how to put it together. His flatmate Maria saw him struggling. "What's the problem?" she asked. Alex showed her the manual. Maria looked at it for a moment, then pointed to a small diagram. "I think you need to turn this piece around," she said. Alex tried it and it worked. "Thank you," he said. "I never would have figured it out on my own." Together they finished building the shelf. Sentence examples. He is trying to figure out how to use the new app. It took me a while, but I figured out the maths problem. I can't figure her out. She changes her mind a lot. The next phrasal verb in today's lesson is to catch on. To catch on. To catch on means to finally understand something, especially something that is not obvious or is new to you. It often implies that it took a little bit of time or effort to understand. This is an informal phrasal verb used in everyday conversation. Most of the time, it is followed by to and then the thing that is understood. For instance, he finally caught on to the joke. To illustrate further, Maria started a new job at a restaurant. On her first day, she did not know how to use the cash register. Her manager showed her step by step. At first, Maria was confused, but after a few tries, she began to catch on. By the end of the day, she could use the machine without any help. Her manager smiled and said, "See, I knew you would catch on quickly." Sentence examples. My grandfather is slowly catching on to how to use video calls to talk to the family. I didn't get the trick at first, but after watching it again, I finally caught on. The maths problem was difficult, but I finally caught on after the teacher explained it again. The fifth phrasal verb in today's lesson is to wise up. To wise up. To wise up means to become smarter or more aware of the truth about something, especially when you have been naive before. It's like suddenly realizing you've been tricked or that you were wrong about something, and then you start acting smarter because of that new knowledge. This is an informal phrasal verb and is used in everyday conversation, not in formal writing. It is often followed by to something when you are talking about a specific thing someone needs to realize. For instance, he needs to wise up to the danger. To illustrate further, Leo was very excited. He found a job online that was perfect. The ad said, "Easy work from home, earn $5,000 a month, no experience needed." Leo immediately sent an email. The next day he got a reply. "Congratulations, you are hired. To start, we need you to buy a new laptop and special software from our company store. Please send $1,000. Leo was ready to send the money. he told his sister Anna about his amazing new job. Anna was suspicious. "Leo, wait," she said. "Why does a company need you to pay them to start a job? That doesn't make sense. I think it's a scam." But Leo did not listen. "You are just jealous," he said. "This is my big chance." The next day, Anna showed Leo a website about online scam. There were many stories exactly like his. People sent money and never heard from the company again. Leo read the stories. His smile faded. He realized Anna was right. The job was a trick. He finally wised up. Sentence examples. Many people are wising up to the health benefits of eating organic food. Customers are wising up. They now read reviews online before buying anything. He finally wised up to his friend's lies and stopped trusting him.